All right, let's get into the case of one of history's most misunderstood figures.
For centuries, her name's been caught between two extremes. So who was she really?
You've got the popular myth and then what the original texts actually say. Let's start there.
To solve this mystery, we gotta go straight to the source, the core evidence.
And what's wild is, she's there for all the most important moments. Every single one. So she wasn't just a witness, she was the very first person chosen to spread the news.
This earned her a pretty incredible title, Apostle to the Apostles. Why? She delivered the main event.
Her journey shows she was loyal to the end and absolutely central to the story's climax.
So if she's so important, where did the whole prostitute myth come from? The evidence just isn't there.
You see, for the first 500 years or so, her role was clear. A loyal disciple and key witness.
But then, in 591 AD, everything changed. A single sermon rewrote her story for centuries.
What happened was Pope Gregory the Great basically merged 3 different women into one single person.
And just like that, her identity as a leader was tragically overwritten by this new narrative.
But that's not the whole story. There are other clues in texts buried for centuries.
These are the Gnostic Gospels found in Egypt, and they paint a very different picture of Mary.
In her own gospel, she's a top spiritual leader sharing secret teachings she received from Jesus. But not everyone was on board with her authority. You can really feel the tension here.
But what's fascinating is that others immediately defended her, like Levi does here.
This whole conflict really highlights a bigger struggle over female leadership in the early church.
So when you put all this evidence together, a completely new portrait starts to emerge.
She wasn't just a follower. She was a leader, a financial backer, and the apostle to the apostles.
Her story is just a powerful example of how women's leadership can be erased and rewritten.
And all this really makes you wonder, whose stories are still out there waiting to be reclaimed?